Welcome back everybody to Let's Play Towns. I'm just setting up my alarm. I'm gonna set my cell phone to silent option. And there we go. Okay, so last time we had a little game started. And we bought some stuff. It's been about a week since I recorded last time. Which is because I kind of... Well, I just didn't get to it. I had a stressful time at work and didn't get to recording that much. So last time we had a little game, and this guy's walking awfully slow. What's wrong with him? Let's check that. He's a craftsperson. What's your name? Rose Dubuisson. I suppose my... Oh, okay. Needs food and sleep, actually. Surprise, surprise. No idea why she isn't on the way to get any of that. Okay. So, what I wanted to say was last time we actually had a game started. And that game was about things. Yeah, it was about references. I named two of my buildings. For one, this lovely little inn, which is now the Dragon's Tail Bar. I would have added the apostrophe, but it didn't let me. And the Brainworm Memorial. Now, if you can tell me where those references come from, I will consider giving you a prize. Yes. What's in for you? The prize will be... What's that? Oh, the explosive sprout again. The prize will be you get to name either a townie, which is one of those guys. You may choose which. Just have it a farmer, or a cook, or a miner, or just the soldier, if you so will. Or you may have something else named. For example, you may name one of those buildings if you so desire. But I'd prefer the townies. You may also... We may probably do that game again once I get to building streets and stuff. So there will be plenty of things to name for you. And yeah, we have plenty of townies you can name as well. So if you want to go about that, feel free to do so. Now, how do you get your solutions to me? That's probably a rather important bit. Yeah, how do we do that? I would prefer if you could send me a personal message on YouTube or via that Google Mail thing, which I hardly use, but I should still see your notifications. Anyway, I'd prefer you to use that Google YouTube thing. I need to look up how it's called actually. Yeah, I prefer you to use that. Simply because the herbalist is walking away again. No, simply because it just killed that trunk, didn't it? No, it didn't. Okay. No, simply because that's something I usually see. I would ask you to put it in a comment, but I don't want. I don't really want to have everyone see it because that would make it a lot too easy, and it doesn't seem to do what I want it to do. So the herbalist is getting kicked, and it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so please don't leave a comment regarding that, and just put it in the proper... yeah, just put it in a proper... yeah, just put it on my notification thing, just write me an email and I will go about it. I think if you just hit my channel name, you can leave a message there, so please do that. Also, one comment said we likely can't build a mine on gravel. Not sure if We can build one on normal stone. It didn't seem like we could. We can build a mine here. But that's not what. Okay, so this is my test. You were right. You cannot build a mine on gravel. As you can see, it is red, whereas it's green here on coal, where we could very well build a mine. So yeah, you can't mine gravel as well as copper and silver, but I think that's on silver and gold, but that's something we already established in an earlier video, as I was told. So yeah, you can't mine gravel. That again, why would you? Because we have coal, and all you really need gravel for is pretty much flint, which we don't really need anymore, since we have coal. So flint is used for, I think, cooking fires somewhere here. Utilities, no. Yeah, here for renewing cooking fires. That's what you need flint for, and it's pretty much pointless, since we kind of skipped ahead of that. If you check our kitchen, we have those lovely little cooking bowls and stoves and stuff, so we don't need flint anymore. Okay, that's pretty much all I had to announce. Also had a comment saying that games are, well, when I last opened a discussion, I kind of offered my point of view that games are very are improved by having a good story. And actually, some people disagreed, and I was kind of surprised, but quite glad you replied. What I think, or what was the reply, I can't view right now because I shut down my Firefox in order to save the frame rate a bit. The reply was quite interesting. The reply said if there was a good mechanic, a game is fun as well, and it doesn't need a story. And if I want a story, I can. That person checks out a book or a movie. Well, that is actually true, and I won't argue with that. You can have a good story as well, but I think, well, that's just my opinion. I think games offer a way to tell a story as well. And a game is a very okay, she starved to death. Needlessly, I have to say, because nobody forced her to go down there. She could have just picked up some food on the way. Okay, yeah, games do tell a story. And we need to set up another grave. We'll just do that quickly. That's decoration, graves, there. Okay, back to the topic. I think games are good at telling a story as well, and are a valid way of telling a story. They're actually, in that regard, a bit. Oh, another siege. In that regard, I consider them a bit stronger than. Oh my god, a Hobgoblin Kaiser. What's that? I don't like it. I consider them a bit above movies and books and stuff for one very simple reason, and that is they tell many stories. At least most of them do. There are many ways you can enjoy a game, and especially in a role-playing game, you just can forge a good amount of stories out of them. That's kind of what allows so many Let's Plays to thrive, because people are just telling their story, their version of the story. And that makes, that drives a lot. Oh my, the dwarf has, okay, that's not the goblin, I was hoping he'd fight up here. And I keep losing my thread, it's annoying. What did I want to say here? There are many stories you can tell, and many different options. There are many ways you can experience a game, and that's one of the cores of Let's Plays, because, or what makes Let's Plays so interesting, because you share your version of the experience of the game with the people watching, which seems to be a pretty good way of of experiencing a game and of doing that. Also, I suppose that Citizen is going to die horribly. Yep, likely to die. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Something died. None of my people yet. Okay, I think we survived this siege as well. And yeah, apparently that went well. I was a bit worried about this siege because it seemed a bit harder than the other ones, so we are back to a very reasonable difficulty here. And I kept losing my sentence again. I'm sorry about that. So yes, a game can very well a good story can very well drive a game, and a good story makes it possible for people to share different experiences, especially if it is a truly multilinear story. But it is not needed, yes. I agree with you that much. If there is a really appealing concept or very good concept, you can forego a story and still make a good game. For example, there are many Flash games and stuff, all those mobile games, and I actually don't use because my cell phone can't handle them, um, that are fun and that don't need a story because they have an appealing concept. They are fun in their own way, and it's pretty much the game mechanics that make the game fun and not the desire to progress in a story of whatever kind. So, yeah, I agree with you, but I still think that a good story can give a game a lot more content because it gives you a sense of progression along the story because you just know when something happened and you kind of know what your characters want and where you want to go to and how far you are from that point, and that just creates a completely new drive, a different drive for me to actually play the game, instead of I just like the mechanics and want to do that pretty much. Also, could you just go and sleep and not? Oh my god. Okay, I can see myself losing a few more townies in here, just because they decided to starve themselves to death instead of doing something more reasonable. Then again, I probably shouldn't have ordered all those things to be crafted. Probably going to auto-equip my crafters because those guys have to go down the mines. Also, something I would like to see would be some sort of all townies list. I mean, this is the Citizens Without group, but I would like a list that has all the citizens just regardless of their group, so I can see which ones are hurt or which ones are just busy or whatever. I think one of our townies got a bit hurt in the battle. They're mortally wounded. And a cook and baker, that's probably one of the worst people to get mortally wounded. What do you have those? Okay, one of those guys is pretty much injured. Half? Okay, this one. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I'm afraid we can't do much for this one. We'll just have to wait. I think she's back in business because townies don't stay in hospital very long. So she'll recover the rest of the health on her own. Assuming that was a female. Jocelyn Bolam. That sounds female to me. So yeah, she'll recovered. Oh no, she's back to her task healing. So she just went out of the hospital to grab a snack, and she's back now. Speaking of going out of things, that was the probably poorest transition ever. Speaking of that, I will now end the video because I just hit the 15 minutes, and I'll probably record some more. Hopefully without losing my sentence again. That'd be amazing. And I'll see you in a moment. Bye.